everyone, welcome to today's video. Again, back in the 2026 journal. I am scrapping today about, or journaling today, about a concert I went to with some girlfriends. So this is held in one of the churches in our city, which was absolutely fantastic. So it was a candlelight, they call them candlelight concerts. Which was very, very cool. We chose to go to the Abba one. So I knew every song except one. One was a complete random that I hadn't really heard of, but they were fantastic. So they had the Cathedral all lit up like this, which was fabulous. You can see that's where the band sits. So it was a string quartet that played the music from Abba. So, so good. And I went with this gorgeous bunch of girlfriends who feature quite regularly. They are my creative girlfriends. We catch up and do lots of cool, fun things. So that's what I'm scrapping today. So I have pulled out, I really liked the, excuse me, I really liked the reds and the yellows. So I've chosen this page. It's very bright, but I think it will make these little candles pop a little bit. So I'm going to use this page. And I also, tried to come up with something red. I didn't just want to use paper. Paper's boring. And I also have this that I want to be able to put in somewhere. So this is what we got as part of we did the VIP experience. I got to sit right in the front row, which was fantastic. And this was a photo that I didn't realise they did a photo with it, but this was the photo. So I want to keep this. We all got one of these, which was really nice. So yes, I want to keep that in with the journal somehow. Sorry, excuse me. So what I thought, I had a bit of a dig through my stash, and I have some of these. It's just a paper bag, and there's nothing fancy about it. I cannot remember where I got it. I've purchased it on somewhere. But I was having a little bit of a play, and I think I'm going to use it like this. So I've given it a bit of a fold through there. And I think I'm going to put this on the inside in here somewhere. That way I can do a bit of journaling and stuff like that on there. And it still hides it, which is a bit cool. And then I thought I could put these on the outside. They actually do fit that way, but I think they'll look better that way. And then I can put a bit of a title, I think, down this way. That's my thinking. That could change as it comes together. That's about the only thinking I've done about it. So nothing quite like on the go, changing your mind and doing things as we go. So, you know, I quite enjoy doing that. So that's today's project. Sorry, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. So I think that's where I'm going to go with this. I still want some yellow to show. So at this stage, I'm not going to put anything on this. We might be able to tuck a little bit later, I think. But at this stage, that's what I'm going to do. So I think I will, I'm just going to tape this down for now. I can always come back and glue it, just to make sure that I'm happy with how it's all sitting and where it is, and I don't want to add something else to it, or pull it up and put a paper behind it or something. I might change my mind in time, who knows. But yeah, that's my thinking today. So I know this folds right out, but I think once we put this in, this can fold all the way out, and I still can get this right in, which actually fits in there quite well. Pop it in the bag, and then you can feel that there's something in there, which will hopefully make you want to open it right up. So yeah, I thought that was a cool idea. Yeah, that's today's bit of fun. Anyway, so yes, let's get this stuck down, and then we can get underway. Sounds a bit of fun today. Something different too. I haven't used a paper bag in ages, so it's always nice to mix things up a little bit, use something different. And seeing I needed to be able to house that photo somehow, I didn't want to pull it out. I want to keep it in the little framey thing. yeah, this little thing. It's actually it's a little bit bulky. The photo, I think, just slides in that side. Yeah, it's just a little Polaroid. They did it right then and there on the night, which was cool. Yeah, it was fun. It goes for about an hour, and they played, yeah, lots of different Abba songs, which was very cool. And they explained, you know, different things about the song just before they played it. And they played like a set of 4 or 5 songs, and then they would talk about it a little bit. And yeah, it was cool. Very cool. Something very different. So, yeah, where are we going to pop this? About here somewhere. Yep, that looks good. Let's stick that down. Looking good. Yeah, that looks groovy. Yeah, so it's always fun to go and try these extra newish kind of things. Now, I think I'm going to put that right up against the crease. I could put it, actually I possibly can put it in the middle there. I just don't want you to be able to see it from the front, so that's why I was going to dot it up against there. Yeah, see, that's better. I don't mind that. All right, leave that for a second. We might just tape these ones on just for now, till I work out what I'm going to put on them. I don't want to cover too much of these ones up, I don't think. Maybe a little bit, but just to get the general idea of them. So yeah, that's that one, that's that one. So maybe that one at the bottom, and then this one on the top. And then we can work out what we're going to put with them. Oh gosh, cannot get that up. There we go. There, done. I can probably make that a little bit higher, make that one a little bit higher. That's probably better. Put that up a little bit. That's looking pretty good. Beautiful. I did like the idea of putting some music on this somewhere, somehow, some way. I don't mind that actually. Maybe we can probably tear this down a little bit, just so we've got a little bit of, you know, something about the music. I know it says piano, but I don't think that will matter. I might just tear it along here. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to chop this top part off, and I'm just going to tear. Oh, try and tear it straightish. What do you think? I think that looks quite good actually. And I don't mind that it overlaps. It gives it a little bit of something. What do you think? Yeah? Yeah, I don't mind that. Now, the thing about this paper, it is very old. I couldn't tell you how old it is, but it is also a little bit fragile. So maybe I just pull that down a little bit and just tear that little piece off. Because I have used it on other pages, and it has been as that actual page, and it's got quite flimsy. So it's a little bit on the fragile side, that paper, but I like that. It's got a few little notes and things on it, which is a bit cool. What else could we use? I've got some little paper scraps. I just picked out some colours that I had in my stash that would sort of go. Blues, yellows, that kind of thing. Red being the main sort of colour that I was going to use. I actually quite like that. I don't want to play with that too much. I might even use some washies or something on it. But I'm liking how that's coming together. So far, so good. We just need to dress up this side a bit. So I think I'm going to pop that on the crease. It will help me crease it too. So it'll show where the fold is on that, which is also quite good. I think I'm just going to tape that on too for now. Nope, too long for the side. Let's see how this goes. Oop. Let's put another one down that side. And a little one here. That will be good. Okay. Gosh. I have to file my fingernails back for netball, so I don't have much at the moment. Looking good so far anyway. Liking it. So I think I'm going to pop that right up against that crease. That way you still see the dots. Oh, maybe I've got a teeny tiny bit. Oh, 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 oh. Before I stick that down, just so I can see where that's going to go. Yeah, that's about there. Yep, that's pretty cool. Nice. Perfect. Looking good so far. Okay, I've had a little bit of a dig through my stash to find a few more goodies. So since this is the pinkier kind of red, I had a little bit of a dig through my Project Life cards. I think I'm going to use this one for journaling. And I think I'm going to pop that down here somewhere. I think is the best way to go. I'm not sure where yet. I'll have to work out where that's going to sit. And I really like this one. So this one was We Are Memory Keepers, bunch of journaling cards. And this is like the perfect pinky red. So I went, oh, I'm going to use that. And I've used a little bit of music paper, which is sort of, you know, it's a little bit craft looking. So I went, oh, that will work. Let's use that. So I'm thinking I'm going to pop that on this side through here. And I think I've going to use, I've got these scraps. So I think I'm going to use them as a bit of a border down the side, just to break up the red a little bit. So, excuse me. Why do I only ever cough when I'm on camera? It's annoying. But anyway, not to worry. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I quite like this one actually. Let's just say we can't pop. Does that look all right down there? Yeah, what I might do is butt that right up against the edge so we don't leave a gap. But I can't do it on the actual fold or it's not going to fold right. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It doesn't have to be the entire, well, it actually works the entire way. Maybe I should do it that way. Yeah, this is some old Amy Tangerine paper from yonks ago. So, yeah, that's all I have left of that particular one. But it sort of went with the pinky reds and bits of yellow, the creamy colours, you know, matches this as well. So, yes. I thought, why not? So what I might do is I might put that on first. I probably should have not stuck this all down until I've... Anyway, lesson learnt. And I'm a bit concerned about putting glue on this, just to make it so it doesn't crinkle too much. So I'm just going to put a bit of tape on it for now, because I don't want it to all crinkle up with wet glue. I probably could, but... who knows? Oh, and now I'm out of tape. Okay, won't be one sec. I'll just grab another tape. Okay, grab another roll of tape. Perfect. Put my little ripper on it. Where's the end of it? There it is. There. Up just on the end one. Oh, I've put it on the wrong side. Don't you hate that? Gotta put it that way. That's it. Beautiful. Pop that on. Away we go. Alright. So I'm just adding a bit of tape here. I don't think it went the entire way, did it? No, it stopped just before the line. So let's pop that there. Okay, let's pop this on. Oh my gosh, I hate it when it doesn't rip off. There we go. All right, so let's pop this on and then I'll trim it down, I think. That's the best way to go. I want to put it right on that fold line. Yep, that's good. Still, it is still folding, which is good. I am going to trim off this bit because I don't really want that to... Oh, no, I don't want to cut off that music paper. That's it. Beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to move this over yet again. See, hope I don't tear this too much. Nope, I'm losing the tape on the back of the photo. It's sticking quite well. Oh. I knew that would happen. It's okay. Everything is fixable. Okay, let's pull that over. So this is going to sit right on the join. So this will still fold. Yeah, that works. That still works. Oh, just got to get it so that it sits right in the... Yeah, that's perfect. Let's pop it under there. Now, I feel like, do I want to put it right under or do we want to put it, no, it's going to have to go this way. Maybe put it off to the side a little bit so you can still see the dots. Oh, now we're going to run into some trouble. I can feel it. Maybe we leave the tiniest little gap so it gives us, yeah, that's better. A bit of room to open and close. I might have to use some glue yet just to hold these corners down. Otherwise they're going to get a bit caught. See? Yeah, I'm going to have to glue that later. That's okay though. Let's roll with the punch there and see what happens. Now, do we offside that a little bit so you can still see some red? I don't know if I want to put it all in the one because it's got rounded corners, unless I put it all the way up. No, I think I'm going to off-center it. Be a bit different. We can always put a bit of tape or something there, I think. No, that's not normally what I do, but I feel like I need to see a little bit of red in the background. And we can always add, you know, an embellishment or something to tie it in so it doesn't look like it's nowhere, if you know what I mean. Let's take that off. Let's off-center this a little bit. Actually, pull it. Oh, no, I'm going to put it to that line. Yep. I like that. So now I'm going to just use a few little bits of this and maybe add it down this side. Now, do I want something sparkly or not? Where's this? Where are we going to put this? We're going to put this about here somewhere. So we don't need much down that side, do we? And we don't want to cover it all up, so I can probably just pull a little bit of that or a little bit of the blue down that side. What do you think? That one? That one. I think this one. As much as I'd like to put the other one. Yeah, and I think I'm going to chop it in half. Let's just chop it in half. And then I thought, since I don't do this very often, let's use the border punch and pop this on here like so. Oops, let's go in a little bit more. I should have this flat on a desk, it would be easier. And I'd probably get it straighter. Yep, missed one whole bit. There we go. And then we've dressed it up a little bit, you know what I mean? It sits in, and I can justify my punch. Do you buy things too and you don't use them very often? You love them when you use them, but you don't use them enough. That's me. So, I could either put it that way or pop it. Actually, it looks better that way, I think. Maybe let's not put it all the way to the top. So we're just adding a bit of colour in there. I love just adding a bit of colour. And now you can't hardly see that, but that's okay. I'll pop it down here. Maybe that's a better place to put it. No, I really like it near this pinky blue colour. Let's put it in there. There? Which way? That way? I think it needs to be there. What else have I got that I could use down that side? No, it's not long enough. Oh, we could very much... Let's add this, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut it in half and put a bit out there and a bit out there, because we only need a little splash, and no one's going to know, once we stick this in, where that's going to end up. So, let's put a bit of tape on this. Oh my gosh, I cannot do anything straight today. On here, and again, I'm going to go back and glue all this down, I think, especially on these. Once it's on there, I suppose you're not going to notice. If I put a bit of glue on this, it'll still feel nice and stuck down. Right, so where's this one going to sit? You know what? I'm going to staple this one on. Let's staple it on with my little teeny tiny staple, roughly where we want it. What if we put it? Should we put it? Yeah, let's put it so that it's in line with this. It doesn't even matter if it's not perfectly straight. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I'll glue that down in a moment. Where's our little piece here? Yeah, let's pop that. Let's pop that here somewhere. Yep. And then we're going to chop this piece in half. And we're going to pop a bit out the top, like that. And I'm going to put a bit out the bottom. I like that. That's looking pretty good. That way you're incorporating the yellow in as well. Looking good so far. Where is my glue? Here it is. I'm just going to stick these ones in, I think. That's the way to go. Oh, sorry, off camera. Pop these up under here. Could have even made that a little flip, couldn't I? Too late now. Pop that in there. So this slides down the bottom. That way he sticks out the top a little bit. I don't mind that that one sticks out the top. That's looking good so far. Yeah, looking cool. All right, I'm going to glue this bit down just to make it a bit more stable and sturdy. But yes, I could have used that as well. Looking good so far. Oh, can you see that? That's it, looking good. Okay, I've done a bit of sticking. I've stuck these down. It's not crinkling it too much, which is good. I thought what I might do is add, to tie it all together, add some music paper just on this side. That will sort of kill that little bit of a hole. So I put a little bit of glue on the back, and I'm just going to tuck that under, and that will fill that little spot perfectly. Look at that. Actually, I might bring it down just a teeny bit, just so it's off the page a little bit. I like that. It's coming together quite well, actually. Looking good. I may have to put something on this just to make it all sit down a little bit, but that should be all right. I got a little bit of, Probably see that on that. It's a bit shiny. But I did think about putting a bit of blue, but there's not much blue on this page. It's probably too late. I've probably stuck too much of it down now to be able to get any of that in underneath. I suppose I could cut it down a little bit more, couldn't I? Maybe I punch this first and let's see how that comes out. It's pretty good. Just going to cut that little corner off because I may not even need that bit. Yeah, maybe I'll chop this down a bit more. Make it a bit skinnier. What do you think? Should we put that under there? I actually don't mind that. It just adds a bit of extra colour, doesn't it? Oops, got all my little negative bits. I think I'm going to add it. I think I'm going to pop that in there. One way of tying everything together, if you put a little bit of each colour that you're using, there's plenty of yellow on this page, so you probably don't need, and I've got no more of that yellow. So I think that will be all right. Yeah, I'm just going to squeeze that under. This side's a bit stuck down, so I'm okay with that. Pop that under there, squeeze it under. That looks pretty cool, actually. I don't mind that. Looking good so far. Happy with that. I did have a little bit more of a look in the Vicky Bouton. Got that Vicky Bouton paper pad out again. I've got these. I don't know if I need them now because I was thinking about tucking a little bit up the top here, which we could do. This one probably wouldn't be too bad if I tuck that at the top. Maybe I chop that piece out. And it's got that little bit of crafty look about it, which also might work. I'm going to use my better scissors for this bit. My nice sharp ones. Okay, this will be fun. I'm trying to get this nice and straight, but I can tidy it up afterwards, hey. Yep, that's good. Oh, yep, done. Okay, let's tidy this. This might look all right on the top part, I think. Yep. And a little bit white on that corner. That will look pretty good too. Get rid of all that. Okay, I'm just going to move that out of the way. Now, it's probably going to be too big, isn't it? Yeah, it's not horrible. It's either that or I chop a little bit off that edge because it's sitting up pretty high, hey? Let's chop a bit of this off so it looks like it's there. Yep, I like that. I'm just going to tag a hole there, which will be good. Yes, I like that. It's a way to get the most out of your supplies, isn't it? If you're going to chop a piece off like so. What's to say we can't put the other side? Yeah, let's put the bottom on there. And that sort of ties that together as well. I'm liking that. I don't even mind if that sits up a little bit so it's not super straight. Yep. Don't mind that. And I'm going to use the other little strip because mainly because it's got that little stripe. Just adds a bit of difference to it. I quite like the little stripe. Now let's tuck that piece under there. I'm going to put that on a slight angle too. Just a slight one, not much. That's actually coming together quite well. I'm going to have to glue that down, but I will do that later. Okay, all right. What to do next? Will we... I feel like I want to add a bit of washi tape. What washi tape could we use? So, we probably don't want... We could use a bit of black, I suppose. Probably don't need yellow. What other colours? It depends. This colour is a little bit different to what these are quite dark. So do we add a little bit of maybe black? Only a little bit though. I don't think we need too much. Mainly just to tie it together. What do you think? Yep, I don't mind that. That's looking quite okay. Because there's a bit of black and stuff in it. It's got black, there's black in the dress. Yeah. I don't mind that. Do we add a teeny tiny slither down some of these? Maybe? Or do we make it even more slithery? I don't know if I want them to go that way. Maybe we just go the other direction. Work out. Actually, let's even add a tinier piece on here. I don't think we need too much. Just a little teeny weeny. Yeah, I think that's all we need on there. You just want to add a little touch. I don't know if we need it on this page. Let's add it. Let's add a teeny piece there and a teeny piece on the top. That way we've incorporated it on both sides. Yeah, I quite like that. That's looking good. Got a little teeny tiny piece left over. Yeah, that's looking good. All right, pack that up. That out of the way. All right, I might hop off camera and just have a little bit of a dig for what we're going to use for a title, and maybe some embellishments just to dress this up a little bit. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, I have found a of the stickers. It's called Splendid Puffy Phrase and Accent Stickers. I don't know about you, but I don't use, in saying that, I've used it on here. Just trying to use different things on your pages rather than Candlelight Concert. Like, that's a very long title for what this actually was. So I thought, oh, have a look through and see what I've found. And being sort of bright and sparkly, I thought gold would be a good scenario to put on here. So I thought So Lovely. It was really lovely going to this concert, something very different, but it was beautiful. So I thought, I think I'm going to use So Lovely. I really like this camera as well. I think I can use. So I'm going to try and use a few little puffy stickers off this, I think. This is one, I think I bought this one at Spotlight. So it's from a little while ago though. I've had it in the stash for a while. So yeah, it's nice. So I think I'm going to use So Lovely, and I'm going to put it down the side, down here. I really like that. That looks really pretty. And if it goes over on the photo a bit, that's okay. What I thought, maybe I could put, I don't want to put this on here because I don't want to put anything on this photo. And that's my little splodgy bit from where my glue was. So I thought, oh, why don't I just put it down the bottom here, overlap it slightly. looks pretty cool. So then we can put So Lovely on here. What do you think? I think that looks actually quite cool. Yeah? Yes, I like that. That came out really cool. Super, super happy with that. Now, to introduce a bit of gold onto this side, there is a couple of bows on this. Look how cool that bow is. Maybe I could put a gold bow on here. That might be nice. Yes, look at that. I just don't want to cover up Gypsy's face too much. How cute's that? I really like that. That's a good way of using up bits and bobs. Now, I don't think I want to use an extra bow. I think there's enough on that page. Enough going on. Yeah, I think so. I could also use this, actually, I suppose, couldn't I? Use the little black. Let's just say I couldn't use the little black flower on this side, or even up here. No, I think it needs to be a different colour. I'm going to use it there. Or there. Maybe that's better. Yeah, I like it on there. I think that looks quite cute, actually. I think I'm going to have to stick these down. But that's okay. Can do that later. Yeah, so that was a quite cute little sticker pack. So then I had a bit of a dig. And found... I've got a few little bits and bobs. I've got these gold letters. No idea what brand these are, but I have had them for quite some time, which is quite good. But there was a couple of I could put Wonderful on. Maybe Wonderful. Actually, maybe I'll put them on here. Wonderful. Joy. What about Joy? Joy, Wonderful, or Happy? Just trying to use up some of these different ones. I've got Lovely. We've already got Lovely on the other side. Don't need Lovely. I did like the Happy too. Where are we going to put it? Unless we squish these up a little bit more. Yeah, put them like that. Oh. And then Joy. Yeah, let's do that. Yep, I like that. That's quite cool. And then I had, there's probably enough gold, right? I got these very bright yellow, and they never match anything because it's always a different colour. So I thought this was a good opportunity to use a few of these little yellow hearts up that sort of go with the background quite well, and I don't have many left. So I'm going to add a few of these, I think. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't think I can use 3 on here. I can try. 1. Oh. Just to try and use them up a little bit. Is that a lot of hearts I've used on there? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's probably too many. What else could we use on there? Let's keep these couple on this page, I think. Maybe I use that one on that front piece. Then we've used one on there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's do that. That looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, that's coming up pretty cool. I like how this has turned out. And, you know, for no plan, we've done okay. All right, I think I'm going to hop off camera now and do my journaling. And then I'll be back to wrap up, I think. Okay, be back shortly. Okay, journaling complete. I've written my little spiel about going to the concert and, yeah. I actually really enjoy this. I really enjoy picking through supplies and finding things that match or work, or adding a bit of sparkle and things like that. So it's not often, usually I put a little bit of a kit together or some things together. I really only had these papers is all I had, and the rest I've found as I've gone along. So I think this came out quite well actually. It's going to fit my memorabilia that I want to keep, so that will still go in, which is good. You can fit all the way into the back, so you can find that later. Yeah, it's came together really well actually. I like it. I've got a bit of sticking to do, but I can do that off camera, that's no problem. So yeah, this one turned out pretty cool. It's nice. I've tried to incorporate different, like the music paper and all that sort of stuff, so it goes with what the page is about. And then we flip over. It's worth going through your project life cards. You never know what you might find. Which is cool. So there you go. That's my finished page. I like it. There's not many I don't like. I think I keep going until I find what works and what I like, you know, visually on a page kind of thing. And as you know, I love colour. So colour is very what I enjoy. Makes me happy. It's why I play with paper, right? So why would you not create something that you don't really, that you like? Yeah. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you've liked where you've shown you how to use a paper bag a little bit differently, I suppose. Yeah, it's normally I would just slide in, but creating a flip as well as using it for memorabilia has been, yeah, that's a double win, right? So yeah, I like how that's come together. It's looking good. So anyway, I hope you've learnt something. I encourage you to dig out your paper bags and scraps and things like that and put a page together. You never know what you might come up with. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.